All right, y'all. Here is my CD update collection. Well, CD pickup edition thing or whatever. So let's get started. I was so lucky to have found this at Record Archive last time I was there, which was probably like 2 weeks ago. A Lowdown Dirty Shame soundtrack. This fucking soundtrack is another classic soundtrack from the 90s. And it had a couple of my favorite songs on here. Janae's version of Shame, and yes, that's how you pronounce that name. Of course, I love the Evelyn Champagne King version. It's a classic R&B, but the remake is also a classic to me. It's also one of my favorite songs. And I know a lot of people don't want to talk about R. Kelly right now, myself included, especially considering the crazy shit that's happening right now with the brother. But nevertheless, Homie Lover Friend was, to be honest with you, was my favorite song from 12 Play. And so the remix was even better, as far as I'm concerned. That's another favorite song of mine on this soundtrack. And Stroke You Up, where it has the remix of Stroke You Up on here. But yeah. And I Can Go Deep by Silk, which was another favorite of mine. So yeah. Bong bong. Okay. Jason's Lyric soundtrack. Again, classic soundtrack from the 90s. You definitely don't have classic soundtracks anymore. That's for damn sure. I love Jodeci, and so KC's version of If You Think You're Lonely Now by Bobby Womack. I mean, KC killed it. He fucking killed it. I don't think I ever showed this, but Kill Bill soundtrack. Well, volume 1 anyway. I have to find volume 2. This was a pretty good soundtrack. RZA did most of the score in the movie. I'm trying to find his one track from RZA on here. It's kind of blurry. I don't think I'll be able to focus on here. No, I can't focus, unfortunately. But it's Crane/White Lightning. This was a pretty good score for an awesome movie. I finally found the soundtrack to Afro Samurai. I gotta find the soundtrack for Afro Samurai Resurrection. But yes, once again, another good CD. Pretty good score from RZA. Bong bong. This has some bonus tracks. Bobby Digital bonus tracks, which I believe was from Digi Snacks, which is not my favorite RZA album, to be quite honest with you. I prefer the first 2 Bobby Digital albums. But anyways, I did love Take Sword and the other song. By Stone Mecca. Nice, sexy R&B song. Miles. Now, I was so happy to have found this CD. This is You're Under Arrest by Miles Davis. And this is the album where he covered Time After Time and Human Nature. His cover of Human Nature has been a staple since my childhood. And that song and a couple other songs by Miles is what made me fall in love with jazz. Thanks to my father, of course, and CD 101.9. And CD 101.9 promoting this album is what made me fall in love with it, too. I finally have my own copy, and I'm so elated to have it. Like I said, Miles Davis, it goes without saying, is arguably the best trumpet player of all time. And, rest in peace to the brother. I don't agree with everything that Miles did personally in his life, but who is perfect? We're all human. So, Miles Davis. And this is his last album, which he kind of dabbled in hip-hop here. Doo-Bop. The Doo-Bop song is fucking classic. That shit is dope as hell, man. That's his trumpet. I mean, Miles goes without saying. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. And here I have the Essential Miles Davis. You can see I got it for $10. Lucky. Yeah, it has most of his songs here from a couple of albums. The very best of Otis Redding. Otis is another artist with whom I admire as far as his records, as far as everything. It's really sad what happened to Otis. And, you know, it's heartbreaking. He was only 26. And to die the way he did at his prime, literally, not only as far as his age, but as far as his career. I mean, he was at the top of his game. And, I mean, it's heartbreaking, man. It's really sad what happened to this brother. But nevertheless, you know, he left a legacy that can never be duplicated. It goes without saying. Got a couple of classic gems on here. I'm not going to really get into it. You already know. Eric Clapton. Complete Clapton. Yeah, another artist with whom his legacy, both solo and with Cream, with the Yardbirds. This dude right here is one of the best guitarists of all time. I'm not going to say the best. To be honest with you, this may sound biased, but that goes to Jimi. Without a shadow of a doubt. That goes to Jimi Hendrix. I'm biased, so you gotta excuse me with that. I'm biased when it comes to that type of thing. But anyways, Three Dog Night. This is 20th Century Masters best of compilation here. Pretty good. I showed this before. I figured I'd show it again. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. I said what I needed to say about this record in the last video I made when I showed it. But that's it. Once again, I showed this too. Sign of the Times, which I had collected last year. And Love Sexy, which I also collected last year. So, we put those on the side. But I recently acquired this, finally. Diamonds and Pearls. I mean, and that hologram cover is spooky, but it's dope at the same time. This record is classic. I know I'm probably overusing a couple of words here. I'm overusing the word classic, but there's a reason why I say that. I don't say that about all albums, believe it or not. I say it to albums that deserve it, or at least albums that deserve it in my opinion. But this, no doubt, was one of Prince's best records. It goes without saying. I did like the Love Symbol album. It was pretty good, but if I had to choose between that and Diamonds and Pearls will win. With no question. Classic punk album here. Bad Brains, Rock for Light. Can't really explain that. And their Greatest Hits album here. Well, Greatest Riffs. Band in DC, Bad Brains, Greatest Riffs. Yep, can't go wrong with Bad Brains. Another great addition, pun intended, to my New Edition collection. New Edition solo hits, which I've been trying to snag this CD for so daggone long. I hate that the price tag is covering Michael Bivins' face, but oh well. This is a little mini compilation of the solo hits from Bobby, from BBD, and from Ralph Tresvant. Doesn't have Johnny Gill here because I guess they're focusing on the main original New Edition members here. So, bong bong. And BBD's newest album, which came out last year, Three Stripes. I listened to this album and I gotta tell you, this shit is dope as fuck, man. I love the fact that BBD came back with this. The BBD album that they released in 2001 was aight, but this one is fucking dope. I love this shit, and I love how they had the throwback on the album cover. You see how they got the mentally hip-hop smoothed out, blah, 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 quote. They brung it back on this album, so you knew right then and there that they was going to go old school with this one. I'm glad they did. I love this album. Shout out to them for making that record. I think I showed Master of Puppets before. I think I had picked this up last year. Here it is again. Yep. Jagged Little Pill, Alanis Morissette. Like I said, another 90s record that you have to have in your collection because this was wonderful. I mean, this was a great record. Mostly every song on this album was a hit. I had showed this too, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and Californication, and of course the greatest hits album which I've had for a while. I don't think I showed this though. This is Super Unknown, another classic album. Soundgarden. Whoo boy, still trying to wrap my head around the fact that Chris Cornell's gone, and now right after that, Chester from Linkin Park is gone. So it's all these deaths going on. It's just crazy, man. This shit don't even make no daggone sense. And Aretha Franklin, rest in peace to rest in peace to Aretha Franklin. Oh my God, it's just crazy. It's too many deaths going on, man. It's just, I don't even know what to say at this point because it's just too much. But anyways, I'm overstretching this video with my big mouth. This is a classic record from Soundgarden. I think this is a reissue. Yep, 2014 reissue. But hey, you know, I showed this before, Paul's Boutique. So we'll put that on the side. Need I say more? Another classic hip-hop record. Tribe Called Quest's Low End Theory. I mean, goes without saying, man. Rest in peace to Fife. Damn. I'm telling you. And I don't know if I showed this before. I probably did. I probably didn't. But this is a Tribe Called Quest's hits, rarities, and remixes. Dope. Okay. Alice in Chains, live. I think this was with Lane. Yes, this is live with Lane. Rest in peace to Lane. And Black is Way to Blue. I finally have it. Bong bong. I have to get The Devil Brung Dinosaurs here. And I think they have a new record out. I think Alice in Chains have a new record out even after that. I forgot what it's called. I got to look it up again. But I definitely got to get it. I love Alice in Chains too. Another one of my favorite groups. Like I said, I'm very multifaceted when it comes to my taste in music. And I believe that's how it should be because music is music no matter what genre it is. The Black Album by Jay-Z. This, to me, is the album that he should have retired with. But I did love 444. 444 was dope. And I do have to acquire 444. But the Black Album, for me, will always have a special place in my heart. To be honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan of the Blueprint albums. But those albums are good. I mean, I'm not going to stand here and, you know, diss it because they were good albums. They're just not my personal favorite Jay-Z albums. This is one of my favorite personal Jay-Z albums. I would say next to In My Lifetime, Volume 1, 2, and 3. And, of course, Reasonable Doubt. Rock La Familia was good, too. Need I say more? Mecca and the Soul Brother. And I'm so happy that I found this, too. I think I found this at FYE at the Grease Mall before they closed. Well, before FYE closed over there, which sucked. But anyways, it was good to finally snag this album. I showed this before, Crazy Sexy Cool, another classic album. I finally have Life After Death. Finally, after all these years. And I finally have Illa Death Half-Life. The Roots, I mean, it goes without saying, this is fucking classic here, man. S2. Oh no, excuse me, not S2. What the fuck am I saying? 2 Unlimited. Get Ready. Well, it's used, of course, but y'all know this song. Get ready for this. Y'all know more or less if y'all 90s nostalgic fans. And finally, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Need I say more? Again, another album that needs no explanation, needs no introduction. There we go. Now, I feel like I'm missing something, so as a matter of fact, I am. These, well, of course, I've showed this when I first picked it up. Banks and Steals, Anything But Words. Last time I listened to this, however, was probably a few months ago, so I got to get back into this again. But yeah, this was a pretty good album. Shout out to RZA for this. Yes, I finally have The Saga Continues, and I bought this on my birthday last year. And this is a great fucking album, man. Now this, they should have released this a long time ago. They should have released it before they released A Better Tomorrow, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not gonna play hate on A Better Tomorrow. It is what it is. I'm hoping now that son of a bitch, the dude that bought the Wu-Tang album, what the fuck is his name? Martin Shkreli, whatever the fuck his name is. Now that, from what I heard, he don't have the album anymore, so they say they better release that album, because that's some bullshit right there, you know. But anyways, Saga Continues. I got it. I had showed this when I first picked it up last year. I think it was last year. Disciples of 36 Chambers, Chapter 1, of course, the live at Rock the Bells. Of course, I showed Beneath the Surface, so that's not nothing new. But these on here are new, sort of. And I'm going to try to get this out of here without knocking anything down. Oops. Well. Okay, this is Raekwon's The Wild. It was a good album. It was alright. It's not my personal favorite, but it was good. But nevertheless, I got it. Raekwon. Finally got an individual copy of Tikal. Classic hip-hop album, period. And I did not show this when I first snagged it, but I snagged it for a while. The definitive Old Dirty Bastard story. I've had this for a while. This is kind of like a compilation. I think it comes with a DVD. Yep, it comes with a DVD with his music videos and an interview. ODB, rest in peace, my brother. Yep, can't go wrong with ODB, of course. And I finally found Bulletproof Wallets. So here we go. Bong bong. Ghostface Killer with Raekwon. Bulletproof Wallets. Now, this is not my favorite Ghostface album, but it has some pretty dope songs on here. Walking Through the Darkness, however, that was already on Ghost Dog. So I guess they revamped it or kind of tweaked it a little bit to put it on Bulletproof Wallets. But this was an album. A lot of people didn't really like this album too well, but I mean, to a certain extent, I can see why. It's alright, but like I said, it's not my personal favorite, but I had to snag it because I love Ghostface and I love Wu, and, you know, you gotta represent that W, no matter how bad it could be sometimes. So anyways, I think that's my update. If anything changes or if I find anything in between, I'll just make another video of it, but that's it so far. And, of course, there's going to be more because I'm just going to keep buying and buying until I can't buy no more. So, yeah. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace. And sorry for the boringness and all the other stuff. I still got to get used to making videos. So, yeah. Peace out, y'all.